I've always felt like I have more potential than I've ever reached. I've always been miles away from what I'm truly capable of, and I think most people are. Um, but I think it's realising that and being so aware of it that it's just in your character every day. Um, and I think if you don't ever reach that potential, if that's in you, and you don't ever reach that potential, I think it eats away at you. And I think this is the same stories you hear from old people already saying they only ever wished they had done more, tried more, took more risk, chased their dreams. I think that's something that I will feel if I don't do what I feel I'm called to do, and just let loose and go for it. Stop half doing it. Stop being undisciplined. There's all the want in the world, but if there's no discipline to put the action, to put your plans into action, then it really isn't any good. Intelligence even isn't very good to you if it's not put to action. You could be the smartest person in the world who never took action. You could have a dumb person who was just all about taking action, and they would get further in life than the intelligent person a lot of the time, because intelligent people have a habit of talking themselves out of stuff and seeing how much of it could go wrong and the problems that come with that. So it's a very fine line, and there's a lot of factors in play, that could really stop you and hinder you from getting to that point in life where say, right, I've given me all, I reached my full potential, and I didn't leave anything on the field. And that's everything. That's spiritually, mentally and emotionally. And recently I felt I need to go back and do more work on the emotional side of things, to learn to express myself more, to learn to love myself, which is harder than you would first think if you haven't ever looked into that. Even though I don't think I don't like myself, but it's a very, very deep thing to face in your life. And then intellectually, am I challenging myself? Am I expressing myself? Am I full potential? But I think the physical side is actually what's holding me back from reaching those things. I think if here in the gym, I got a grip of myself and drove myself into physical activity, exercise, and pushed myself to my limits there, I think that would help move the dial and everything else. And obviously everything has to be done in tandem, but I think I have so much energy inside me that needs to be let out, that it would only get me into trouble if it was left there, because the energy would be misdirected. So I think the body as is, we know, is a whole system. You can't separate mind, body and spirit, or the heart, or your emotions. You can't separate them. Each one influences the other, and I think the first step for me is to get back into the gym, and that brings a mellow or a calmness on my pond. My internal water plane just gets a lot more calm, and then allows me to do more of this probably emotional deep diving, which I'm going to be doing. I've done a lot of work in the past, but there's a lot more to do. There's a plateau, and then there's going back in, there's diving in again and going deeper and deeper into them waters to see what's down there, hiding from you or hiding in plain sight. So a lot of this journey for me was to be about business online, but I think it's hard to separate everything else from that. My physical fitness, my emotional fitness, and then also then the intellectual side, which is figuring out a business and putting things in place and making things happen. I think it would be foolish of me not to document or communicate the actual real things I believe are holding me back, which is my physical health and my spiritual health. I think is really what's holding me back from reaching my full potential. So the aim is to go from here and really push forward, both spiritually and physically, and knock down those barriers and go into discover new parts of myself or my fitness journey or experience, and really kind of push myself to be someone that is truly free and truly expresses themselves from their radiant, authentic self, not shadows of ourselves. And we're not aware of these shadows a lot of the time. They are reflections of parts of us. Sometimes poor parts of ourselves are reflected out. But I think it is time to really go back in, go all in on fitness and go all in on getting spiritually and emotionally well, so that I can push on financially and intellectually, so I can tap into these new intelligence is within inside me, which are only going to be expressed when I truly become the whole version of me, the whole fully connected dance that is Darren, the Darren with a capital D. That's the true you truly are. So it is going to be interesting. I am going on this journey, and I need to do this for myself, or as I mentioned, I will regret this for the rest of my life. So follow along, and I will try and be as honest and as I can, and show as much as I can as these things come up. So let me know if this is interesting to you. If it is, give it a like, a follow, and let's see where it all goes. So stay tuned.